Hey guys, welcome to Car Confections, and today we're going to talk about our top 10 picks from the highly competitive three-row crossover mix. Now, as a lot of you guys know, we review hundreds and hundreds of cars each year, which gives us the unique insight of knowing which ones are kind of better than the other ones. Now, of course, a lot of it's going to be up to our personal opinions, but we hope that this video can provide you a lot of insight into which ones we think are the best options for you and your family. So let's go ahead and get into it.
So like Mason said, there's a lot of different choices in this segment, and we're just picking out 10 of them, just because there's an overwhelming number to rank.
Yeah.
So if it's on the list, really, it's already a pretty good option. So we're going to start out with number 10, and that's going to be the Ford Explorer. So there's a lot of things to like about this new generation of the Ford Explorer. I think the biggest thing that stands out about it is just all the different options that you have with powertrains, different power numbers. The Sport model particular really stands out from what the competition offers, and I think that does make it a unique offering among the rivals.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of the Ford Explorer ST. With that big engine, it really is kind of a hot rod family three-row, which is something pretty rare to find. Wow.
Well,
Nice.
yeah, that's pretty surprising. So this is our first time behind the wheel of the ST version of this new Explorer. And yeah, performance, big difference from the standard engine, which, it's no slacker, but this is another 100 horsepower over top of that. So this has the 3-liter twin turbo with 400 horsepower, 415 pound-feet of torque in the ST version.
Now coming in at number 9 is going to be the Subaru Ascent. Now, if you've watched our reviews on this, this is a really great family vehicle. The only complaint I have about it is that it's a little bland on the outside, but really other than that, it has a ton of space on the inside for you in all three rows. It's very luxurious inside the cabin, and it also packs a really good value for the segment, coming in like fully loaded at like $46,000.
Standard all-wheel drive as well, no matter which model you pick.
So this really is a great option for your family.
Is going to keep your family safe since all of the safety systems in their EyeSight suite is standard across the board. So even the most advanced systems like adaptive cruise are standard, and new for 2021 is that it now includes lane centering and auto high beams are standard.
All right, keeping this list going, at the number 8 slot, we have the Volkswagen Atlas. The biggest thing to think about with the Atlas is size. It's gigantic. It's even bigger than the biggest offerings in the segment, and certainly has more space than the main things you think of, like a Toyota Highlander, for example. So all that extra space is just giving you more space for the money. So that definitely puts it on the top 10 list for sure.
Yeah, size matters when it comes to family three-row crossovers because you're going to have a bunch of kids in there.
And once you get inside, you're going to be very pleasantly surprised with the amount of space this Atlas has to offer. If you haven't picked up on this already, this is one of the largest three rows you can get. So behind the third row, you're going to have 21 cubic feet of space. If you fold it down, that expands to 55 cubic feet. And then if you fold all of the seats down, you're going to have a very massive 96 cubic feet of space.
Now, rounding that off with number 7, that's going to be the Dodge Durango. The reason this one primarily made the list is going to be because of the RT model. When we sampled this in July of last year, we were very impressed because I think this might be one of the only options, besides for like a Tahoe, which is more expensive, to get a giant V8 under the hood. And it sounds fantastic. And all the while, you're still not compromising on the just general three-row needs of having, space for all your family. It still does that really well while pairing it to a mean exterior with a great engine under the hood.
So the exterior design of this Durango has always been very handsome. But Dodge has done some really nice updates to the exterior.
Dodge really hasn't messed with the pretty cool rear design of this Durango. I think that this honestly looks about as cool as any vehicle in this segment can look.
And working our way down the list, the next place we're going to go is the Honda Pilot. This, of course, is really a quintessential family three-row. It's been around for a long time. It's a vehicle that generations of people have owned. And the reason really it's not higher on the list is just because it's getting old at this point. You know, it's going to be redesigned soon with probably all the modern technology and stuff, but that really doesn't take away from the fact it's still extremely spacious, extremely efficient, and a really well-rounded family vehicle.
Quite frankly, if I'm going to be entirely honest with you guys, this is probably the most comfortable one in the class. If it's not the most comfortable, it's one of the most comfortable. It's just insane. The level of comfort they put into this, it's really no worse than the Acura MDX, and that's a full-blown luxury vehicle. So if that tells you anything, and we're making it halfway through now with number 5. For this, we're going to put the Mazda CX-9. Now, this also kind of falls in the same boat as the Honda Pilot. It's getting a little bit older, and that shows just a touch in some of the technology that you can get in the CX-9. However, we were a huge fan of the Carbon Edition that we tested out earlier last year, and it just really packs a lot of value in for the money. It also still looks really good, in my opinion.
And great driving dynamics for a three-row.
You can't beat the driving dynamics in a Mazda. I mean, it doesn't matter what size category, they just do it so well.
Now, of course, we're not exactly on a back road or anything, but I do want to take a second to talk about one of the just strongest things about the Mazda CX-9 and what stands out so much from the competition, and that's the driving dynamics. Like I talked about at the beginning, the list of three rows that drive like really nicely is very, very slim, and this honestly is going to be at the top of the list. You've still got that really natural and precise feeling Mazda steering like all their smaller models. And then the other really impressive thing is just the body control. Now, we wanted to make it to 10 because that's a nice number. However, we really only picked out 9. So for the 4th slot, I just want to mention 2 upcoming crossovers that we haven't got our hands on yet, but they're coming really soon. And that's going to be the brand new Nissan Pathfinder and also the brand new Jeep Grand Cherokee L. So both of those will be competing in the same space. Both of those look very nice from what we're seeing. They're very promising new products with a lot of new tech, a lot of luxury, a lot of space. Very excited to get our hands on those. I definitely anticipate those will be towards the top of the list. That's why we put them here at this 4th slot.
That's what I was going to say. 4th slot will probably be where those land, regardless of this list, if we had already tested them or not.
That's right.
But here we are. We've made it to the top 3 options for your family. So this is getting down to the nitty-gritty of the best that you can get.
Right.
It's going to be real close between these. But number 3, we put the Toyota Highlander. It's really hard to beat the Toyota Highlander. This is just redesigned in 2020. It's modern. It has a lot of technology. It has a lot of space for your family. And it's hard to just find anything to complain about. It even has a hybrid offering that gets 36 miles per gallon.
That's right. The XSE, you have the sport model, you have the history of reliability.
Yep.
There's a reason why so many people choose the Highlander. Now, taking a look inside of this cabin, this is the real reason you choose the Platinum trim, because you do have a lot of special touches on board. Now, for the Platinum exclusively, that's going to add in this really lovely diamond stitch design, which I really like. Also, this color is exclusive to the Platinum, so this is called Glazed Caramel. Really is a nice looking color. It looks very premium. And now moving to the number 2 spot, we have a newcomer to the segment, and that's going to be the Hyundai Palisade. If you guys have been on the internet in the last 2 years, you've probably heard something about the Palisade. It's really made a huge splash in the 3-row segment, and there's a great reason why. It's large, it is super luxurious, very high-tech, very good looking, and represents an extremely good value for what you get. And I mean, that's exactly what people in this segment are looking for. Now the great materials extend far beyond the seats, and it is definitely safe to say this Palisade has one of the nicest cabins in the entire class. So across your upper dash, you're going to find a soft touch plastic. Dropping down here to the middle, we have a black trim on this model. You can get a faux wood trim if you choose the lighter colored model. And then down below, we have a leather trim that runs through the middle. And I've said it before and I'll say it again, this is one of the best reconfigurable gauge clusters I've seen, especially in a mainstream vehicle. So if you have the limited or the calligraphy model, you have the blind camera system. So when you signal one direction or the other, it puts a camera view of your blind spot, which is definitely very helpful. And in addition to that, the limited and calligraphy also throw in a head-up display.
And that leaves us with number 1. Drum roll, please. What could it be? I'm sure you probably know by now what it is. This is our personal favorite, and I'm sure
winner of a lot of comparison tests.
That's what I was going to say. I mean, this has not been the first time this thing has come in number 1 place. The Kia Telluride. This is one heck of a product. We are just like massive fans of the Kia Telluride. It's related to the Palisade, so both of these 1 and 2 slots. But I mean, it looks fantastic. So many people love this vehicle. There's so much luxury on the inside. You get exclusive features like heated and ventilated seats. In the rear, you know, just crazy stuff with this Telluride that you're gonna get. It's an awesome car, and if you can get it for sticker price, you should get it.
And then coming around to the rear, you have that signature Telluride look that so many Americans have fallen in love with, and I'm one of them. It has a really neat look.
And then, of course, checking out this cabin. This is what everybody is so obsessed with, and there's a good reason why, because it is a very premium atmosphere.
Alrighty guys, so I'm in the second row of this Telluride, and I have to say, we've been in this Telluride quite a few times at this point, and it still impresses me just sitting back here because this is truly a luxury rear seat to the finest in this 3-row segment. Now, as far as the space is concerned, that's going to be the first luxury that you notice because it does have a lot more space than some of the rivals. I do also want to point out another SX Prestige kind of exclusive touch, and that is this absolutely ridiculously nice headliner. Like I said, this is on the SX Prestige, and this is way nicer than honestly most luxury cars headliners. This is phenomenal. And that's going to be 3-stage heated and ventilated rear seats. You heard me right, ventilated rear seats in this Telluride, and that's something that, you know, we did a $100,000 Escalade a few days ago, and that's just not even available, so that's quite impressive.
But there you go, guys. That is our top 10 3-row crossovers in the segment. Like I said, there's a ton of choices. Hopefully this short list here will show you guys the strongest options, because we have personally been in each of these, tested them out several times, and even compared many of them side by side to each other to figure out which ones are the strongest options. Of course, if you are new to this channel, make sure you come back and subscribe. It really helps us out, and we'll see you next time.